They served in World War II, and today 2 veterans in Westchester were honored as they celebrated their 100th and 101st birthdays.
That's pretty incredible. And by this time tomorrow, we could also know the fate of Donald Trump's conviction in his New York hush money trial as the judge prepares to make a major ruling. Welcome back to the 5 o'clock news. I'm Bianca Peters.
And I'm Steve Lacey. Judge Juan Mershon, who presided over the trial, has promised to release a written opinion tomorrow. Fox 5's Linda Schmitz in the newsroom with more on what the options are. Linda.
Well, hello there, guys. Well, first of all, tomorrow marks 1 week since Donald Trump won the election, and now he is dealing with this hush money case here in New York once again. Trump is scheduled to be sentenced November 26th, but some experts are predicting that a fine will be imposed on the president-elect, and that will be all. Last May, Donald Trump was convicted in his hush money case. He became the first former president to be convicted of felony crimes in a scheme to illegally influence the 2016 election. A jury determined he paid off porn actress Stormy Daniels. Trump's attorneys have been fighting to have the case dismissed and toss out the conviction. Manhattan Judge Juan Mershon will issue his written opinion tomorrow.
I do not believe that he will dismiss the case.
Criminal defense attorney James Kasoros is not connected to the Trump hush money case, but his experience tells him the judge will be practical.
He's not going to send him to jail. I don't think he's going to sentence him to a term of imprisonment. And I don't think he's even going to give him probation. I don't think that it is feasible or practical or that makes any sense to have the President of the United States reporting to a probation officer in New York.
Kasoros says a fine is more likely. Last July, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a ruling giving presidents broad immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts. However, the court did not define what is an official act.
The overarching question is whether or not this was an official act. If he sentences him, there's going to be an appeal, and the Supreme Court needs to clarify its ruling. You know, what is an official act? How far does it go? And does it affect state prosecutions?
And by the way, Judge Mershon had been expected to rule back in September, but then he delayed his decision at that time until after the election to prevent any appearance that he was trying to influence the current election. Stephen, Bianca, back upstairs to you.
All right, Linda, thank you so much for that.